You know that she has been working tirelessly along with the other members of her team to raise awareness, to raise money, and to raise the consciousness of the people of Toronto Danforth towards her candidacy. We know that she's going to be a fabulous candidate in the by-election. So we got to make sure that she gets there. So all the support that you guys have been giving by, first of all, being here, and second of all, by contributing to the campaign through your time and your money, is going to help to make sure that she gets to where she needs to be. So everybody, without any further ado, shall we just welcome Claire to the mic?
Shopping to do and other parties to be at, so I really appreciate you coming here tonight. This morning, as I was trying to get my son Cruz ready for daycare, he's sitting back there, he's almost 3, and in the Christmas spirit, he knew that my parents were coming into town tonight. He was having a bit of a meltdown on the floor and did not want to go to daycare. He couldn't understand why, you know, all the other children were out and he had to go. Well, I had a campaign to run and 101 other things to do on my list. So, you know, but I looked at him and I realized that he knew what he wanted, and he didn't want to let government or institutions or bureaucracies stand in his way, including parental bureaucracies. Well, he went to daycare this morning. But it got me thinking, you know, I know that what I want, and I don't want to let governments, institutions, or bureaucracies stand in front of what's important to me. That's why I'm here tonight and why I'm talking to you and why I'm so happy that you made it here this evening. Thank you. There were a lot of stories that made the headlines this year, and the Canadian media is naming Jack Layton as the story in Canadian politics this year. I think that a lot of people here in this room tonight were part of that story, were changed and inspired by that story. So, you know, I'm here on this stage because I took Jack at his word when he said, "Don't let them tell you it can't be done." I believe Jack, and I saw that spirit manifested in my work here in Toronto Danforth for the past few years. I believed in what Jack said, and I believed that when I was at Trent University and York University and working internationally. And I saw that wisdom, and I learned it from my parents who are actually here tonight. They taught me to offer hospitality to everyone, to work for the justice of all people, and to joyfully affirm and celebrate human diversity and sexual orientation, gender, religion, race, age, and ability, regardless of economic situations. My work has been, in my life, my career has been about building healthy communities. I did it in Latin America, working for people with HIV and AIDS, with gender inequality and in abject poverty. I did it in Canada and overseas, working with youth, encouraging them to be active citizens. I did it at Volunteer Canada, promoting civic engagement through volunteerism. And I did it with the Coalition for Gun Control, advocating for safe communities and prevention of violence towards women. And I have been doing it here in Toronto Danforth with Jack Layton as a constituency assistant for the past few years, learning, listening, and talking to the people about the issues in this riding and advocating for them every day. Now I want to offer the people of Toronto Danforth my energy, my passion, and my experience to continue doing Jack's work here in this riding. to be a voice for the people here. But most importantly, I want to be the best constituent MP possible, to be a grassroots and community politician. I want to help the people here of Toronto Danforth find their voice and say a loud no to Stephen Harper and his ideas about Canada, and a loud no to Rob Ford and his harm of Toronto. We can do better, and we must. This empowerment of people, this marshalling of people together as a common voice, that will not be silenced. This is the work that I want to do here. On January 1st, the Conservative government is implementing another $3 billion in tax cuts, with no return on investment and no creation of jobs. Imagine what we could do with $3 billion. It would increase our GDP, it would create 47,000 new jobs, it would create 255,000 affordable housing units, just to mention a few. We live in one of the most expensive cities in Canada, and while Harper is tinkering with his RRSP and his pension plan, 1 in 4 Canadians cannot afford to buy a pension or an RRSP each year. We have 250,000 seniors living in poverty. And we have 12 million Canadians that cannot afford or do not have a workplace pension plan. As I said, we can do better. If we change our priorities, if we tie corporate tax cuts to creating jobs, if we stop this madness of building new prisons when our crime rate is going down, then we have money, plenty of money for our priorities. We can green our economy with clean technology. We can build a national daycare plan instead of mailing parents checks, which has not created the daycare spaces that we need. We can make post-secondary education more affordable by lowering the tuition fees and increasing our education tax credits. And we can make poverty history. The money is there if we have different choices and different priorities. This is the work that I want to do here in Toronto Danforth. This is what's important to me. But I need your help. I need you guys to donate to my campaign. I need you to help me to call and canvass by foot all the members here in this riding and constituents in Toronto Danforth. And most importantly, I need your support on January 9th at the nomination meeting. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I want to thank Jack, and I want to thank my son Cruz for teaching me what's really important and what matters, and this is the work that I want to continue doing here in Toronto Danforth. Thank you so much.